What's up, YouTube? This is going to be your guide on how to use Koraidon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing some competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets as well. If there is a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, leave it below in the comment section of the video. And if you've got any good Koraidon sets maybe you didn't see in this video, drop them below in the comment section of the video. And without further ado, let's get into it. So here, let's have a look at the Koraidon here. This is probably one of its best sets. So Koraidon, let's have a look at it. So like Miraidon, which we did do earlier, it's got a very powerful ability. So we got Orichalcum Pulse here. So what happens when you swap it in, the Sunny Day is summoned and it boosts the attack by 30%. So that, look at its attack. So massive attack stat base there and speed. So very, very, and good, good bulk in health. Like Miraidon, good everything all over, basically, except special attack, but you're not going to be using that. Maybe we'll do some fun sets later on for that. So, let's have a look at this. So, we got its main move here, Collision Course. So, Collision Course is 100 base power, 100 accuracy, and it's going to be dealing 1.3 times damage when it is super effective. So, that's the best move to go for, in my opinion. Now, if you want a little bit more power, I mean, you got Close Combat, but that's outclassing Close Combat, so you never, ever have to use that, in my opinion. So just go for Collision Course. It's going to be 100 times better. Now, for the stat for Dragon type, we've got Dragon Claw. Now, on this Pokemon, it is imperative to have Iron Head because you are 4 times weak to Fairy. So it would be my suggestion that you go Terra Steel. You have to go Terra Steel in this, in my opinion, because a Fairy type comes in, you are done. You're done and dusted, I've given an Iron Head there. Iron Head's very good there. It's going to be hitting the Fairies, so super effective. And, you're going to be getting around that Moonblast coming your way. You're going to live that Moonblast. Flutter Mane flutters into the matchup. Boom, go for the Terra Steel. Smack it back with the Iron Head. They won't even know it hit them, right? So that's going to be perfect. So Collision Course, Iron Head is perfect, Dragon Claw is nice, so that's going to allow you to hit, obviously, other opposing Dragon-type Pokemon. And you've also got Sword Dance, too. So Sword Dance is already going to bolster its incredible base attack already. You're going to get lots of time to be able to use Sword Dance, too. It's got some good, bulk there. Now, like I said, the items on here are all dependent on your team. I've given it Heat Rock, so that's going to make the Sun last for 8 turns, which is going to be very good. It's going to be, you want that lasting for as long as possible here. Now, once again, like Miraidon, you could give this Life Orb. That's going to work very, very nicely on there. You could also give it, I'm thinking Heavy Duty Boots would be good on there too. That's another great item for it. Like these physical and special sweepers, there are certain items that work best on them, in my opinion there. You could give it, I'm trying to think of some other items. You could give it Expert Butt if you wanted to, but I think it's sort of outclassed by some of those other items that I just mentioned there. There's not too many other things you could do here. I'm thinking, what else you could really give this? This would be, it's good, There's nothing too much. There's nothing. All the rest of the items are sort of like gimmicky compared to those items, in my opinion. And also, of course, it depends on your moveset too, So let's have a look at some other options here. So we've got a Sword Dance set, but what if we just wanted a straight up choice set, Say, for example, we wanted a choice band set. We want to just smack them hard and not have to worry about setting up. Okay, let's have a look at that. So, other moves that it does get that are promising. It does get Flare Blitz, which isn't bad, but it doesn't really provide tons of coverage there. I'd probably be inclined, just thinking on my feet here, I'd probably be inclined to give it like U-turn. Like that would be nice on a choice band set because it gives you momentum too, which is very, very good, especially on this type of Pokemon. So U-turn would be nice, and Dark type Pokemon. So I know you've already got a fighting type move, but U-turn is always very handy. If you come across like something that's a bad matchup, you can U-turn out of there and into another teammate. So that would be nice on a choice band set. I'd keep it at Jolly because you want that speed. As for Scarf, you can start to move it into attack then. And that's going to, both those sets could work very, very well, that could be awesome. I'd keep the Terra the same. It's just that Fairy weakness. You just can't ignore it, being 4 times weak to Fairy. You absolutely need to have Steel. Or if you're not going to run Terra Steel, you absolutely need Iron Head. Like, you have to have one of those two things. I don't believe you're taking too big a risk, in my opinion, especially, it's sort of like it's like Hydreigon, but a million times better. That's how I could compare that. It's 4 times weak to Fairy. You see a Hydreigon, you send out a Fairy, right? Now, what other options it's got here? Let's have a little look. All right, so we got the close combat and collision course here. So with close combat, I know that it does have more base power. I just don't like the defense and special defense drops there. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe you want a little bit more extra power, squeeze it out of it if you want. I think it's still going to hit very, very hard, and there's real no reason to use it. If it's super effective, Collision Course is going to be doing more. So I believe that sort of outclasses it. Now, you've got Crunchy. I know there's a lot of, Psychic types around in the Ubers if you're playing that, or with other Legendaries. There's a lot of Psychic types around, so that's actually kind of nice having Crunch on there. You know what I mean? So Crunch could be a great move there too. If you're coming across lots of Psychic type Pokemon, that's another weakness. And you could definitely run that on a physical set too. I don't know. I feel like that's a perfect sort of spread. That, I believe, is a perfect spread of moves there for Koraidon. You've got Collision Course, Stab. Dragon Claw, Stab. Iron Head for Fairy type Pokemon there and for Terra. And you've got the Crunch there for any Psychic types. I think that's very, very good. As for flying types too, the Terra Steel covers that too. You know what I mean? So it really covers those weaknesses well, in my opinion. So that's good. I don't think it gets any other more powerful, Dragon type moves. It gets Outrage, but yeah, you don't really want to be locking yourself into Outrage. You know what I mean? Dragon Claws is just better, You don't want to be locking yourself into Outrage, and the Fairy type comes in and, wrecks you. So that would be my suggestion for the 4 best moves on a Koraidon. You can't go wrong with that. That's perfect coverage, and with the Terra, really does cover your weakness as well. That's the best set. I mean, heck, you could even run Assault Vest on there if you want a little bit more bulk while you're sweeping. That would absolutely be fine as well. Matter of fact, you could probably live a weak Fairy move there too. I mean a weak one too. But yeah, it's got good special defense too. So, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend staying into a Fairy type move if you didn't have Iron Head and stuff like that. But yeah, tell me about what you're gonna put on your if you got a Terra move on there. I honestly believe these are the 4 best moves. I don't see anything else being more effective. If you had to put Sword Dance on there, I would probably just I'd chop off Crunch, because you can still feint a Psychic type Pokemon with Dragon Claw or even Terra Steel. You could flinch them and stuff like that. That's another thing about Iron Head too. You can flinch. So that's going to be working better. I'd drop off Crunch for that. I believe it's more important. You absolutely need can't stress how much you need a Steel type move on this Pokemon, But yeah, that's pretty much it for all the physical sort of variants you'd be running on there. Just want to have another look there before we go into special and some fun sort of meme movesets. Oh my goodness, it even gets counter. Why would you run counter? I'm going to do counter on there with Focus Sash. It's going to be an amazing set. I'm joking. So, ooh, Dragon Tail. Now, that's interesting, something we could have a look at. Yeah, let's have a look at that. So, I'm looking at Dragon Tail and thinking, this Pokemon isn't all that bad as a bulky phaser, right? Now, you could attach something onto your team. Let's say we got a Stealth Rock. Any Stealth Rock Pokemon to do the job would be nice. And you could get this sort of phasing through the team here. So, I'm sure it does get a Rest and Sleep Talk combination here. Man, I wish it got Slack off. That would be amazing. So that's Stab as well, which is good. So you've got Dragon Tail, you've got Rest. Now, of course, I know about Fairy weaknesses. I don't know if I'd even keep this against Fairies, to be honest. But yeah, so you've got a little bit of utility sort of going on. So this is going to be a Dragon Tail phaser, which is going to work very, very nice. Getting rid of, say you put some Toxic spikes on the field, pair it up with those any sort of Pokemon that would get those moves and will work nicely. Toxapex, that'd be good there. I mean, Toxapex is a nice Pokemon as well to cover the weaknesses on at least on the Fairy moves. Not so much for the Psychic though. You have to probably pair it up with something else. I'll go over some teammates and some counters as we get into this video. But yeah, you could go for a Dragon Tail set here and make it kind of like tanky. You could even try and think of some cool sort of items you could actually run on that, But definitely with I'm trying to think. We got let's have a look here. Yeah, that could be. I'm thinking. I forgot what the name of it is. The super effective berry from fairy types would work very well at the same time as well. It's only going to work once, though, so it's a little bit more of a gimmicky item. But obviously, it's going to be a phasing set here. I'm just looking else what we got. I mean, we've got bulk up there. That's another option. Nah, there's not too much here. We're going to need some sort of other move on this. So we've got a dragon move. Just going through here. Dragon. Oh, how about a fighting move? That'd be nice. I'm thinking something more utility-like, not just like its standard move. Something a little bit more utility-like. Does that have low sweep? I mean, low sweep could be interesting dropping their speed. I mean, you're not really going for lots of damage. You're sort of just going through their team. So this could be kind of interesting, you know? Or maybe even breaking swipe's kind of interesting too. So yeah, we're going to go with this one. It's a little bit of a different set, I know, but I think this has the potential to work with this sort of stealth rock sort of bulky setup there. So we've got the reason I'm running low sweep is it's going to be support there. So any speedy Pokemon coming in, we're going to be dropping the speed, and obviously on the team you'd have more a lot faster Pokemon. So this is going to be like, I could make this special defensive. Actually, we're going to go defensive, very, very defensive on this set. Nice. So we've got leftovers as the item. Very, very bulky defensive set. Defensive Dragon Tail set here. And we've also got low sweep there as well. So any speedy thing, Pokemon think they can come in there. We hit them with a low sweep. We drop the speed, swap it out, or, prepare it for the speedy physical or special attacker later on. I reckon that could work. It's a little bit more gimmicky, but I believe it could have some some sort of potential there. You don't get to see low sweep very often. I could also see this working just while I'm looking at here. You have to try this set. So we've got to go over the classic Pip Knight bulk up rest sleep talk set. This is going to be insane. So we're going to shuffle the EVs around here. Let's go careful nature. Man, so after a couple of bulk ups, this thing is going to be like absolutely insane. Do you get Maranga Berry in this game? I don't think you get... No, you don't get Maranga Berry. Never mind. I'll think of an item in a sec here. So we got Rest, Sleep, Talk, bulk up. Now, the move you want to be using here. Let's have a look. So we've only got 8 PP on Collision Course. I mean, you could absolutely run on there. You'd have to have something to hit like Fairy and Ghost types and things like that too. And Flying. Man, just match this up. Match this up with something that can counter Ghosts, Fairy, and Flying. And this is going to be so difficult to beat. Because, like, you've got that big attack stat. You've got Drain Punch healing you at the same time. And, yeah, it's quite a nice set, A little bit of a fun set there that could definitely work. You could go, Ability Shield. That'd be interesting. I wonder if you get... I don't think you could probably change those abilities. That couldn't work. Just think of something that could be quite interesting to actually add on to this Pokemon. Maybe... Ooh, is that in there? I don't think that's... The item I was thinking wasn't actually in the game. Got Punching Glove. That could work as well. Punching Glove, but... probably not on that set. I think something could work better than that. I mean, you've got leftovers that could work, very nicely on this set. I'm definitely saying it could work there. You could go Clear Amulet as well. That's quite a cool item there. So you're obviously going to have your stats drop. So as you're setting bulk ups up, the opponent is not going to set up on you and that sort of stuff there. Just having a little look through here. I like to explore all the options we got here. Anything to actually help out with this fighting drain punching set, It was like going through all the different items and stuff and having a look at all the like little options you can do here. It's quite fun. So yeah, I don't see anything like... Actually, you could run Weakness Policy, but you don't want to get... you don't want to get hit by a super effective Fairy. That's the only thing. And most of the time, people are going to use a Fairy move against this Pokemon, because... It's just simply so weak to it, So anyway, you could let's just say we run leftovers on that. That would absolutely work fine. A matter of fact, if it is a set, I was just thinking about that other one, that Dragon Tail set. You could run red card on there too to get the swap going and everything like that. That would be another handy item. But yeah, that could definitely work. Let's say we got leftovers on there. So there you go. Leftovers would work very nicely. I know it's got its counters, but you could definitely run some other Pokemon to support it along with it, like Ghost types. Let's see what we got in Ghost here. So I said I was going to do some sort of teammates here. So you've got Fluttermane. That could swap in easy to a very tight move. That will be fine. Especially, it would have to be... You have to be a special one, though, because it's not the greatest. You've also got Houndstone as well. That's another ghost Pokemon in the Ubers class there that could take those moves. And yeah, that's just another ghost-type Pokemon. You could... Oh, as for Terra... Matter of fact, you could just change its Terra around. You could just go Terra Fighting, you know? And that could definitely work. That could absolutely work. Then you wouldn't be 4 times weak to it anymore, so you wouldn't be getting one-shotted over and over again. So go for the Terra Fighting on that set. All right, let's have a look at a couple more gimmicky sets here. We like to run some funny meme sets around here. Not too much to offer on the... Man, I've noticed one thing about Pokemon this generation. They don't have as many moves as they used to. You know, it's quite barren. You could also run a Sword Dance Substitute set with both its dual stabs too. I can see that working. Let's have a look at the Mighty Special Attack. So we've got... Ooh, it's got Ancient Power. So obviously there's going to be a fun sort of set here. It's not going to be the greatest set in the world, but it's going to be fun to use. So we've got Fighting. Oh, Focus Blast. Yes, baby. Okay, here we go. I've got a good set. It's a Pip Night Special. All right, we've got Blunder Policy. So Blunder Policy on the Focus Blast. I could definitely see that working. Okay, here we go. Let's load up these EV spreads here. Let's spread these EVs. They're not going to spread themselves. So here we go. Actually, no. We're going to rely on Blunder Policy. Hear me out on this one. So I'm not going to run any EVs in speed at all. I'm going to go pure bulk and pure special attack. So as you know, if you've used Focus Blast before, it misses all the time. So let's go ahead... At your Draco Meteor. There we go. There's another one. Cool. Okay, well, we've got Overheat. There's another one too. I mean, White Herb wouldn't be bad on this set either. I'm just sort of like thinking, Overheat. If I do too many of these moves, I'll have to swap. I mean, you could, like, I was thinking you could go Overheat and Draco Meteor, but then you'd have to swap and then you'd lose your, like, Blunder Policy. So maybe I won't do that. We'll keep Focus Blast, though, because that doesn't lose any, like, you know, stats or anything. So we could, I guess we could go, like, Fire Blast. I'm thinking something that would hit Fairies. How about Terra? We'll go Terra Blast. I just love Terra Steel in this Pokemon. It just, you know, works really, really nice, you know. So we'll go for the Terra Steel Koraidon. Very nice. So Terra Steel. We still have Dragon Pulse, so that could work as well. You know, that's all good. And we've got Solar Beam. We can't forget about Solar Beam. So this is cool. So we got Solar Beam. Beautiful. This is a gold medal set, people. So obviously Focus Blast is eventually going to miss. Did I give that tearful look? Oh, didn't mean to do that. I was meant to give it Terra Blast. There we go. Tearful look. They'll be crying when they see this Pokemon, right? So we got Focus Blast, Terra Blast, Dragon Pulse, and Solar Beam. So Solar Beam, we can hit all kinds of ground Pokemon there, water type Pokemon. Take them by surprise. We can fire it off because we got the Sunny Day there on the field. We got Dragon Pulse there. If you want to give it Draco Meter, go right ahead. But just with the Blunder Policy set, I feel like you're going to have to, if you have to swap it out, then you will lose all your speed and stuff like that. You can give it Ancient Power too if you wanted to. Try and give it like another special attack boost. That could also, I don't know, be a bit of a fun option there too. And yeah, Terra Steel is, you know, kind of nice. Like, yeah, I quite like this fun Blunder Policy set. Actually, matter of fact, what else do we have on here on the special? It is very, very limited. So we also have... I want to quickly do one for doubles. Like, I didn't actually cover one for doubles. Because I know people like doubles. And if you are using Koraidon on a doubles, we'll do a physical special. So, I don't know... It doesn't learn too many, like... that could be kind of nice there. So, this is going to be, like, more of a bulky set or support style set. Because I did one earlier for Miraidon. Okay, so we got Breaking Swipe, which I think is pretty cool. Let's pop on Rocky Helmet. Actually, no, we'll give it a Heat Rock because we want that Sun to go. So we got a Helping Hand and Breaking Swipe. Breaking Swipe is nice because that's going to drop the opponent's attack by 1, you know. So it's going to help you out a bit. We'll build really bulky on here and build special defensive. Actually, no, we're going to go defensive on the set. Really, really defensive. Alright. Okay, so we got those two moves there. That's pretty cool. Obviously, you give it Collision Course for a little bit of stab on there. That'd be quite nice. And obviously, we're weak to Fairy. So we could give it, Heavy Slam wouldn't go down too well there. You could either go Protect or Iron Head or Heavy Stab. So a little bit of more of a support style set there with Breaking Swipe and Helping Hand. So a little bit of fun there for doubles. If you want to use Koraidon. I mean, I'm not going to say the physical ones are not going to work in doubles either. They sure are, but just something a little bit different there for you, So get rid of this one. Actually, we'll go into a fresh one here. Just having a final look over all the sets here and all the movesets we're going to get. I wonder if we can spin this. Okay, so I noticed it gets reversal. We could do like a one health set here. This would be cool. So this is going to be like a crazy sweeper. Now, I know that one health Pokemon relying on like sweeping are very susceptible to being revenge KO'd, but we're going to give it a try anyway. Does this get Endure? Yes, it does. Oh, this is incredible, So we've got Reversal and Endure. Great. So now we just need something. I mean, you've got Iron Head. We need Iron Head here to hit we need Iron Head to hit Fairy-type Pokemon, and we just need, like, another physical move there. We want to remain on one health. We don't need a fighting move. Obviously, we got Dragon Claw. That's another option, too. I'm trying to think if there's anything to get around. I mean, you could partner this with another Pokemon with Psychic Terrain, and that would stop any priority moves. You could even, like, if you got a Terrain Extender on there, you could get around that, but this is going to be hitting, like, super-duper hard, especially if you get hit by, you could predict the Fairy-type move, go for the Reversal, and, outspeed. This is like a Flutter Mane counter. Here we go. Here's the counter of the year to Flutter Mane. So we've got Salak Berry and Endure. They'll never ever see it coming, and then you could outspeed the Flutter Mane and proceed to sweep the team with Reversal. Matter of fact, there. I mean, you could even just Punching Gloves. Yeah, you could give it Punching Gloves as well. Like that could work because then you won't die to like Rocky Helmet and things like that. Or you could give it like even a Protective Pad. That could be like a kind of interesting item there too. But yeah, you probably just give it Dragon Claw and sweep through the team on one health. Or you could give it Weakness Policy. That's another go there. Weakness Policy. My goodness, if that got a Weakness Policy with that sort of like offense, you just be banging them down. Anyway, people, I think that's it for Koraidon. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you want to add to my sets there, I think I've covered pretty much everything. I've done some memes, had a bit of fun there, looking at the special side, done a bit of dubs. Let's have a look at some. So to counter this Pokemon, Fairy-type Pokemon, Flutter Mane, an opposing Koraidon, a Miraidon, they'd be good counters for this team as well. As for sort of like team support, you could definitely, let's have a look at Steel-type Pokemon. Really, I'm just thinking of what we could use as support. Any Steel-type Pokemon would be great. There's so many unreleased Ubers and legendary Pokemon at the moment, but I'm just gonna suggest them anyway because they're probably gonna be in the game. So you got you got like Dialga. That's gonna be kind of nice there to swap into all those Fairy-type moves. That's very good, and it's gonna get around any of those nasty. I mean, Heatran's another good one. You've got a bunch of Pokemon. I'm sure that Zacian will come back in the game too. So there's plenty of other little options here. To come into the Arceus still, but as what's in the game now. So Corviknight is very good. Corviknight would be nice because Corviknight can get around this Fairy. It can get around Flying. That's good. And it can get around Dragon too. There you go. Like Corviknight's like perfect, So there you go. Just some moveset options, some team options, some counters, all that sort of stuff. Hope you enjoyed it, people. I'll catch you. I think I've got, this will be my last moveset for today. I've uploaded two. I uploaded a Miraidon one, and I'm thinking about uploading, I think I'm going to upload a Slitherwing, and then this will be the final one. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it, people. Peace out.